Heidi Ellsworth with the coffee shops. We are in Washington, D.C. for Roofing Day, and we are doing the download segments right now. We want to let you know what happened today, and so who better than to talk to the experts from SPRI, single ply roofing industry. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Chadwick. Hi. Okay, let's start with some introductions. Michelle, can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do, who you are, all those good things.
I'm Michelle Miller. I'm the president of Creativate. I believe you either came into roofing one of two ways. You were born into it or you stumbled into it by accident. I stumbled into it by accident about 13 years ago, and I love it. I do a lot of work with the SPRI, the single ply roofing industry, as well as other contractors, consultants, manufacturers, etc.
And Dora,
the directory of roof assemblies.
Yes.
If you haven't checked that out yet, go create your free account and check it out today.
As a directory on Rivers Coffee Shop. Okay, so Chadwick, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, Chadwick Collins. I have been in the industry 20 years this July. My experience is across multiple manufacturers, consultancy, and now doing association work for the last 7 or 8 years now as a technical advisor.
So Chadwick and I have worked together with a couple of different associations, but I have to tell you, the SPRI organization is so amazing. They are just like a family within a family. It's just so great. And so we wanted to talk to them and find out, how the day went, because there was a lot that we were talking about today about energy, about buildings, 179, I mean, some really good stuff. So let's start. Michelle, how was your day? Give us the download.
Well, every day is a great day in my life. So I had a great day. Surprise, surprise. No, we really focused on 2 areas. We focused on taxes, tax credits, and we focused on workforce development. Unfortunately, most of our congressional members, I'm in Ohio, are very on board with these issues.
Yeah.
And understand the importance of it. So rather than trying to sell it to members of Congress, we're able to have more of a productive dialogue about what we need and why we need it. They were very on board with it. So
they were on board.
Day, yeah.
And you had a pretty big contingency, right?
We did. Ohio's a very big contingency. So, yes, we had a great turnout. And I heard this was the highest turnout here for Roofing Day since COVID.
Yes.
Nice.
So true. Yes. 250. Yes. 250 plus. Really going and seeing all the things. To talk about every state is really fun.
Yes.
And doing it. And you're right. There was so much. Really, everybody I've talked to, there has been no pushback. The legislators who we talked to today are like, for the most part, there's a few things, but
there's a few things in there. But
no one wants to agree on everything. I know exactly. Chadwick, how was your day? Give us the download.
Fantastic day. I was part of the Indiana contingent that met with all of our reps today. We got to meet with 3 different staffs today throughout the day, and we also were able to get to all of the offices to at least give them the leave behind material. And our cadre, even though it was a small one, we represented really the entire industry. We had a roofing contractor in our group, we had a distributor in our group, and then I was there as the voice of the manufacturer. And so we were able to really paint a broad picture for everybody that we spoke with when we talked about these issues, about how each of these things would benefit our particular part of the chain as well as the overall industry. So in all, it was a really great opportunity to give them a great perspective overall of our industry as well as the different parts of our industry and how we're all working together for some of these issues.
And so we found the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We found the exact same thing. One of the things that I wanted to really hit on here was, obviously we talked about Immigration Day, we talked about workforce, which is so important, but underneath our tax, we talked about the research and development and continuing that, and then we also talked about the energy efficiency with the buildings, and I think that's 179. I wasn't sure. Somebody was giving me some science back here, but it's really being able to still get those incentives to really push efficiency. That goes right into what you all do. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, SPRI and its members are always right there supporting any of these types of initiatives. We want to offer a variety of products, and our members do a great job of bringing that variety to the marketplace. But we want to encourage people to make great design choices, and anything we can do to encourage not only making good design choices for a building, but for the community at large. We want to be supportive of that. At the end of the day, though, with the research and development, our big thing was, as you touched on immigration, we were saying, hey, we want more people to be installing our products. We're excited when people install our products. We want to have as many people install as possible. And then when it comes to R&D, we want to put the latest and greatest technologies in the hands of those guys once we have them in the field installing this stuff. And so we talked about how we're a unique industry where we want products that have a durability and a longevity in them, and that makes it tricky doing R&D, but we are committed as an industry to continue to push that envelope and evaluate new technologies. So.
I see that, and don't you think, Michelle? I mean, you communications expert here, but I feel like the messaging that we put out today to the Hill really shows the sophistication of roofing and roofing respect, the pride that we have, because we were talking about topics that really took in family, took in the industry, and then took in research and sustainability.
Absolutely, and we had such a good mix too of the roofing industry here as well. And what's really cool is when we have manufacturers, we have consultants, we have contractors, and we're all in there together saying, hey, collectively, we need this.
Yep.
We're going to be posting an infographic to the SPRI LinkedIn page, so if you want to go check it out, it's actually pretty powerful. Chadwick pulled together some data, and we were able to put that in the hands of members of Congress to really show the economic impact that this industry holds. The other interesting plot twist that we had happen today, which we need to document this because a year from now, 2 days from now, who knows what it'll look like.
Yeah.
We started the day, we knew tariffs had been a big topic of conversation. By the end of the day, we had a whole shift in tariffs thanks to a
90-day pause.
90-day pause and 125% tariff. So we'll look back on this even a week from now and be like, that was so long ago. Remember
we were there, and it's changed 10 times.
It's changed 10 times already, but to walk in and be here on that day and also saying, hey, this impacts our industry deeply, I felt like it was just a really beautiful timing for us.
Yeah, it really was. It was. It felt, you could feel the energy within all the buildings and what was going on. I love that. I love it. So this is the kind of stuff that's happening. If you're not involved, next year you need to be here at Roofing Day.
Absolutely.
You can see right here, it's not just contractors, it's just not distributors, manufacturers, but it's everybody and all the associations that represent them, including marketing and service providers and media. So we are here.
Heidi, tell us your perspective.
Oh,
please.
I have to tell you, best day ever. Best day ever. Hashtag best day ever. It was so great. All of our representatives, we had such great support coming back from them. And even the few times that maybe they weren't in total agreement, they were listening. And we were able to have a great conversation. And then we were able to visit with Lori Chavez DeReamer, who is the Secretary of Labor, and that was the highlight.
Awesome.
The highlight of the day. And she's very supportive of us, vocational schools, roofing, the trades. It was phenomenal. So thank you.
Yeah. Wealth of insights too.
Let's not skip over the fact that we were also able to brag about our industry and talk about the services that NRC does, especially for the Ronald McDonald House, and making sure that those facilities have the roofs in place that they need to make sure the families don't have to worry about that on top of everything else they're dealing with. So we were able to share a great story, a great success about our service to the community, our commitment to the community, on top of what we need from our government for our industry.
To help
so
us.
it was a win-win.
I did slide National Women in Roofing in there a couple times.
Solid.
Just saying. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Great organization. Glad I'm a member.
I know. You should be too. Okay, we're going to be back. Karen and I are going to do a full recap. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.